Hi, I'm Mark Levitt, and welcome to another standout episode of Bad Lyrics. Today's Bad Lyrics is devoted to Oscar songs. So here we go, Bad Lyrics, Oscar Edition. Now the reason I thought of this topic this week originally is because I was watching the movie Crazy Heart with Jeff Bridges. Now Crazy Heart is about a country music singing legend who has a drinking problem. And during the course of the movie, he meets a woman, a writer, a reporter, who is younger than him and has a kid. So he falls in love with this woman, and unfortunately, one day he and the woman's kid are out at a shopping mall, and he decides, hey, I need a drink. So he goes somewhere to find a drink, but loses the kid in the process. So as a result, after he loses the kid, the woman takes a different view of that. She realizes she doesn't want to be with a guy that irresponsible. So that's the crux of the movie, and that's why she breaks up with him. So at the end of the movie, he writes a song that is meant to encapsulate the relationship that he has with the woman. Unfortunately, the song has nothing whatever to do with the movie. Doesn't talk about a woman, doesn't talk about a kid, doesn't talk about losing the kid in a shopping mall. It's basically just a tacked on song called The Weary Kind, about some guy who's weary. But then it occurred to me that a lot of songs, especially songs that win the Oscar, have no business being in the movie. They're just kind of tacked in. They're nice sounding songs, but they have nothing whatever to do with the movie. So that's the focus of my talk today, is bad Oscar songs. Now, the first victim of my bad lyrics this week is the simple yet haunting yet simplistic tune, Say You, Say Me. Now, Say You, Say Me won the Oscar in 1986, written by Lionel Richie. So let's read it. Say you, say me, say it for always. That's the way it should be. That's the way what should be? What, illiteracy? I mean, what the hell are you talking about, pal? Say you, say me. It's like Lionel Richie is trying to learn English for the first time and can't quite grasp it. Say you, say me, say you, say me. It's like, what the hell, man? The next line goes, I had a dream, I had an awesome dream. Well, man, you had an awesome dream. Was it righteous, too? This guy can't describe his dream. All he knows is that it was awesome. It's not very much. The next line goes, people in the park, playing games in the dark. Gee, Lionel, was one of them named Clark by any chance? And what they played was a masquerade. And from behind walls of doubt, a voice was crying out. It was like, help! I'm stuck behind this wall, Lionel. Would you please? I have doubt. Please, Lionel, help me. I mean, what the hell? Why was a voice ringing out behind a wall of doubt? Doesn't make any sense. Next, I'd like to talk about the song, the lyrics to the title track I was playing at the beginning of the broadcast, Shaft. Can you believe Shaft won the Oscar that year? It's hard to conceive, isn't it? But anyhow, the song did win an Oscar in 1972 and was written by Isaac Hayes. Lionel Richie wrote the other song. Isaac Hayes wrote this song. But let's read the lyrics. Who's the private dick? That's a sex machine to all the chicks. Shaft. That's the first line of the song. How do I begin to describe the awfulness in this one line? Aside from blatantly embracing black stereotypes, the man having a large, potent phallus, and is a stud, the line also has the distinction of introducing the concept of a sex machine. Now we have Isaac Hayes to thank for 12-year-old white and black children running around the playground shouting out that they're a sex machine. So thanks a lot, Isaac Hayes, for introducing and coining the phrase. If he didn't coin it, he at least introduced it to the general populace. Sex machine, we have him to thank for that. Thank you. Okay, the next line goes, who is the cat who won't cop out when there's trouble about? Yeah, I'm sure that's how Shaft described the mean streets. There's trouble about. What was he, a London copy in the 1920s? He's going, Pardon me, gentlemen, but there's trouble about. Criminal activity seems afoot. There's trouble about. I don't think he would have described it like that at all. It's bad writing, not realistic. Next, I go on to the Bruce Springsteen song, Streets of Philadelphia. Now, this morose, repetitive tune was written by Bruce Springsteen and won the Oscar in 1994. Of course, it played in the movie Philadelphia about the AIDS crisis. Let's start reading the song, though, and see if the lyrics are good. I was bruised and battered. I couldn't tell what I felt. What do you mean you couldn't tell what you felt? He just described himself as being bruised and battered. It's very specific. I was unrecognizable to myself. Saw my reflection in a window and didn't know my own face. That's a little repetitive. I mean, didn't Springsteen just say he was unrecognizable to himself? I mean, that would assume that if he saw his reflection, he wouldn't be able to identify himself. He wouldn't be like, hey, there's a reflection. How you doing, Bruce? What's up? Hey man, how are you? He just said he was unrecognizable. I walked the avenue till my legs felt like stone. I heard the voices of friends vanish and gone. Hey, isn't vanished the same thing as gone? Correct me if I'm wrong there, Bruce, but they mean the same things, don't they? My friends had left the scene. They were no longer there. They had exited the region. I mean, these all mean the same things, too. I think it's safe to say that Bruce Springsteen needs some kind of a proofreader for his material, because he keeps saying the same thing again, being redundant. And that's inexcusable. Okay. Next, we come to quite possibly the most confusing and bizarrely worded line in the whole goddamn song. It is, at night I could hear the blood in my veins. It was black and whispery as the rain. So here you have a man who would actually hear the sound of blood circulating in his veins. He has that ability. So he's accurately describing what it feels like. He's going like this. You know what? I can hear my blood. It's black. I can hear colors. It's black. And you know what has its timbre is whispery. Much like the rain. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. This guy was not listening to his blood. This guy did not hear his blood. He didn't hear his blood at all, nor did he hear his cells divide, nor did he hear the sound oxygen makes as it circulates through his lungs. He didn't hear any of that, man. Okay, Bruce? So whatever you're writing, it's incorrect. Okay? Now, I have by no means exhausted the bad Oscar-winning lyrics topic by any means. I mean, the songs Windmills of Your Mind and Colors of the Wind should have been disqualified on the face because of the stupid titles alone. So there's plenty of crappy songs out there that won the Oscar. But this broadcast was just meant to scratch the surface of the concept. So I hope you enjoyed it this week, and I look forward to seeing you again real soon. But until then, keep listening to music and keep enjoying the rest of your life. I've been Mark Levitt, your host for Bad Lyrics, Oscar Edition.
Who's the black private dick that's a sex machine, dog?